Beneath the ancient flow of the Euphrates River lies a secret whispered throughout the centuries. From biblical prophecies to strange, modern discoveries, this river holds mysteries that defy explanation. What if I told you that recent events have uncovered clues to something far darker, something humanity was never meant to unearth? Join us as we explore what could be hiding beneath these ancient waters and unravel the chilling tale of the Euphrates River. The Euphrates River, winding through the heart of Mesopotamia, has long been a symbol of life, civilization, and power. To the ancient peoples of this land, it was more than just a river. It was a sacred waterway, vital for agriculture, trade, and the very foundation of their cities. From the dawn of civilization, the Euphrates nourished the early Sumerians, Akkadians, and Babylonians. But there's an unsettling shadow that looms over the river's history. Whispers of dark legends and ancient entities imprisoned beneath its waters. The myths tell of mighty beings, gods and monsters, held captive by the flow of the Euphrates, bound beneath its surface in some dark, forgotten prison. Some speak of four angels, beings so powerful that their very release would bring chaos to the world. These creatures, some say, were once imprisoned at the river's depths, their power sealed away by the gods, their fate tied forever to the flow of water. But there's an ominous belief, as the river recedes, so too does the prison, and with it, the fate of the four angels, waiting to be unleashed upon the world. In recent years, the Euphrates has begun to shrink at an alarming rate. What was once a mighty river, a lifeblood of the region, now appears to be drying up, exposing strange and ancient ruins along its banks. The water that once held the secrets of the past is slowly vanishing, and with it, questions rise. What lies beneath? What ancient forces, long buried in the river's depths, are now being uncovered as the water recedes? Locals who live near the Euphrates speak of strange occurrences along the exposed riverbed, eerie sounds echoing in the silence, whispers of something moving beneath the dried-up earth. Some say they've seen strange figures or shadows near the banks, forms too dark to fully comprehend, vanishing just as quickly as they appear. Some even speak of whispers in the night, voices calling from the depths of the earth, beckoning anyone who dares to listen. Archaeologists have uncovered remnants of long-lost cities, ancient ruins that hint at the once great civilizations that thrived near the river. But these discoveries come with a sense of foreboding. There are reports of strange markings on the walls of ancient caves, symbols that seem to pulsate with an eerie energy, and carvings that depict figures too monstrous to be mere myths. Could these be the ancient gods? Or something more sinister, long forgotten by time? Some speculate that these ruins are not just artifacts of the past, but clues to a deeper mystery, something the world was never meant to know. And then there are the more unsettling reports. Speculation grows about secret excavations taking place in the region. Some believe that military forces or covert organizations have taken an intense interest in the area, possibly to uncover whatever lies beneath the riverbed. Could they be searching for something powerful, dangerous, and old? Perhaps they have already found it. There are stories of strange excavations, of tunnels leading deep beneath the earth, where the river once existed. What they're uncovering remains a mystery. But the consequences of disturbing the ancient, buried forces could be unimaginable. As the Euphrates dries up, the world watches with bated breath. What will be revealed when the river bed is fully exposed? And, perhaps more terrifyingly, what will be unleashed when the forces that have been dormant for so long are finally freed from their watery prison? The mystery deepens, the river recedes, and with each passing day, the world inches closer to a terrifying revelation, one that has been hidden beneath the surface of the Euphrates for millennia. As the Euphrates River continues to dry up, more than just ancient ruins and mysterious figures are emerging from its depths. Beneath its once mighty currents, some believe something far more terrifying is awakening, something tied to prophecies and ancient fears. A chilling connection between the river and biblical prophecies stirs in the minds of many. Revelation 9:14-15 speaks of 4 angels bound under the Euphrates, awaiting their moment of release to bring chaos and destruction to the earth. This passage has intrigued and terrified scholars and conspiracy theorists for centuries, but it has taken on a renewed sense of urgency in the face of the river's alarming retreat. According to the prophecy, the 4 angels are to be loosed at the appointed time, releasing a wave of devastation that will mark the beginning of the end. Their purpose is clear: to usher in the final stages of apocalyptic destruction. The ancient prophecy describes a time when these 4 beings, who have been bound in the river's depths since the dawn of humanity, will break free, bringing with them an army of horrors to wreak havoc upon the earth. The release of the 4 angels marks the beginning of a catastrophic chain of events foretold to usher in a time of unimaginable suffering. The Euphrates is not just a river, it is a prison, and within it, the shackles of ancient beings that could destroy the world. For centuries, this passage in Revelation has been interpreted as a cryptic, metaphorical warning, a harbinger of the violent forces that will eventually rip through the earth. But in light of the Euphrates drying up, many wonder if the prophecy is not just symbolic, but literal. Could the 4 angels, long bound beneath the waters, actually exist? And if so, what horrors might they unleash when they are freed? These questions hang heavy in the air, and as the river vanishes, the terrifying possibility grows stronger. Some believe that the 4 angels are not just metaphors for catastrophe, but ancient, physical beings whose very existence is tied to the river itself. These creatures are said to have been imprisoned millennia ago, sealed beneath the Euphrates to prevent them from bringing their wrath to the world. Their release, as described in the prophecy, would bring unimaginable destruction, including earthquakes, plagues, and wars. The dry riverbed, with its exposed ruins and cryptic symbols, seems to beckon this terrifying possibility. Some say that the river's retreat is not a natural phenomenon, but rather the unlocking of ancient chains that have held these powerful entities captive. And as the Euphrates continues to wither, the world holds its breath, wondering if the time of their release is at hand. The more literal interpretations of the prophecy paint a frightening picture of the 4 angels as ancient, otherworldly beings, possibly older than time itself. The idea that these angels could be real, physical entities, not mere metaphors, suggests that the apocalyptic destruction to come is not just a divine judgment, but an awakening of something ancient and alien, lurking beneath the surface of the river. It's easy to dismiss these thoughts as mere superstition or religious fervor, but as the Euphrates continues to expose more of its long-hidden secrets, the line between myth and reality begins to blur. Could the 4 angels be real? And if they are, what power lies in the riverbed, waiting to be unleashed? But not everyone sees the 4 angels as literal beings. Many interpret them as symbols of the catastrophic forces that would eventually sweep across the world, forces such as war, famine, plague, and destruction. In this view, the angels themselves are not physical creatures, but representations of the horrors that will soon be unleashed upon the earth. The 4 angels could be symbolic of the destructive forces that have always threatened humanity, forces that are set to reawaken as the world reaches the brink of its destruction. This interpretation aligns with the themes of chaos and collapse that permeate not only the book of Revelation, but other ancient prophetic texts as well. In many ways, the 4 angels can be seen as symbols of humanity's worst fears, waiting for the right moment to re-enter the world and wreak havoc on the unsuspecting. As the Euphrates continues to shrink, the possibility that these catastrophic forces might be tied to the river itself grows stronger. Some believe that the 4 angels are manifestations of the chaos that has always lingered beneath the surface, waiting for the right time to return. The river, with its deep, ancient currents, is seen as a physical gateway to these forces. And as it dries, the forces that were once held back may be inching ever closer to the surface. Some speculate that the riverbed may hold the keys to these forces. Hidden tomes, forgotten relics, or perhaps even the remains of civilizations that were destroyed by the very powers they sought to control. The Euphrates may have been more than just a river. It may have been a seal, keeping the chaos of the world locked away. But as the river disappears, the seal may be breaking. Yet, even more unsettling theories abound, ones that involve ancient technologies and alien influences. Some believe that beneath the river's surface, long-forgotten artifacts and remnants of an advanced civilization await discovery. These artifacts, some say, are tied to the Anunnaki, mysterious beings who are said to have come from the stars in ancient times. According to these theories, the Anunnaki left behind powerful relics, possibly of extraterrestrial origin, buried beneath the Euphrates. Some claim that these relics could possess unimaginable power, technology far beyond anything humanity has ever known. Others believe that the river itself was built to conceal these artifacts, hiding them from the world until the time was right for their discovery. And as the river continues to recede, the secrets buried beneath its surface, secrets tied to the Anunnaki or otherworldly beings, may finally be revealed. In this context, the four angels may not be the only danger lurking beneath the Euphrates. What if the river's drying is a signal that something far more ancient and advanced is coming to the surface? Could these entities have been waiting for the right moment to return, perhaps even using the river as a means of containment? The possibility of forbidden knowledge being unlocked, knowledge that could change the very course of humanity, becomes more and more terrifying with each passing day. As the Euphrates continues to dry, these questions remain unanswered and haunting. What is hidden beneath the river? And what will be the consequences when it is finally uncovered? The Euphrates holds more than just ancient ruins. It may hold the keys to humanity's greatest fears, waiting for the right moment to be unleashed. The river is not just drying. It is revealing a world that was never meant to be seen, a world where forgotten horrors and forbidden knowledge lie in wait, ready to awaken. And as the river continues to recede, we are left to wonder, will we be able to stop what is coming? Or will the four angels and the power they hold bring an end to everything we know? The Euphrates continues to retreat, its waters receding like the curtain on an ancient hidden stage. What lies beneath, though, is not just the relics of lost civilizations or the whisper of myth. As the world watches, the air grows thick with an unshakable sense of dread, a creeping suspicion that what we have feared is not only possible, but has already begun. The notion that something has been released, something bound for millennia, now stirs the dark corners of our reality. Recent reports, some of them leaked from sources too mysterious to trace, hint at a chilling revelation. Something has already been set loose. These documents, though fragmented and unverified, describe unexplainable occurrences, strange phenomena, and even mysterious disappearances tied to the regions where the Euphrates once flowed. Is it possible that the four angels, the ancient forces spoken of in prophecy, have been awakened long before their supposed time? Have they, in fact, already begun to unleash their chaos upon the world? The unsettling possibility grows stronger when you consider the increasingly bizarre series of global events that have unfolded over the last few years. Unprecedented natural disasters, escalating conflicts, sudden economic crashes, and outbreaks of strange diseases. Could these be the first ripples of something far darker? Some argue that the signs are unmistakable. Entire regions have been struck by violent storms, plagues, and fires with no explanation for their intensity. Earthquakes shake the ground beneath cities that have never seen such tremors. Floods devour lands that were once thought to be safe. Could these be the echoes of the four angels being released, their influence already weaving through the fabric of our world? What if these global events are not random? What if they are the result of something ancient and malevolent that is spreading its influence? As these disasters unfold, we find ourselves questioning whether they are mere coincidences or whether they are connected to forces far older and more dangerous than anything we've ever encountered. The world's leaders may not speak of it openly, but could they be aware of the truth? Are secret factions or powerful organizations, whose agendas we may never understand, actively involved in hiding what has already been set loose? This chilling scenario is made even more disturbing by the possibility that these ancient forces are not waiting for the end, but already influencing the world in subtle, insidious ways. Wars break out with a speed and intensity that seem almost orchestrated, conflicts that seem to follow a pattern, as if led by invisible hands. Terrorist organizations and rogue states rise and fall, sowing chaos with alarming efficiency. Global economies teeter on the brink of collapse, their stability undermined by factors no one can seem to control. Disease outbreaks spread with rapid, unexplainable precision. Could these be the precursors to the true horror, the effects of the four angels' release already beginning to weave their influence across the world? It is a terrifying thought. What if, just as the Euphrates is drying up, the chaotic forces tied to its ancient prophecy are already at work, inching closer with each passing day? If so, we may already be living in the aftermath of their awakening, the shadow of ancient powers sweeping over the earth in ways we are only beginning to comprehend. What if the world is not on the brink of destruction, but already in the midst of it? As we draw closer to the end of this tale, we are left with more questions than answers. Questions that have haunted humanity for centuries. The Euphrates River, once a lifeline for ancient civilizations, now stands as a symbol of something far more ominous. From its role in the rise of Mesopotamian cultures to the haunting myths and legends that swirl around it, the river has always held a sense of mystery. The ancient tales of imprisoned entities buried beneath its waters have long been dismissed as myth. But with the river's receding waters exposing hidden ruins and forgotten artifacts, those stories seem less like fantasy and more like warning signs. Biblical prophecies have long tied the Euphrates to the terrifying release of the four angels, whose very existence is said to bring forth destruction. Whether these beings are literal or metaphorical, the implications are the same. Something powerful, ancient, and potentially catastrophic is hidden beneath the river's surface. The drying of the Euphrates has brought us closer to that moment, and the world is holding its breath, watching as the past resurfaces in ways we cannot fully understand. What makes these discoveries even more chilling is the eerie pattern of global events that seem to mirror the chaos foretold in the prophecies. From natural disasters to the escalating turmoil across nations, it feels as if we are already witnessing the slow unraveling of the world. Could the release of these ancient forces tied to the Euphrates already be at work? Are the signs we are seeing today the beginning of an ancient prophecy come to life? The real question that remains is one that we must all face. If something truly ancient and powerful has been unearthed, what does it mean for humanity? The Euphrates has held its secrets for millennia, but now, as the river dries, we may be standing on the threshold of something far darker and more dangerous than we can comprehend. Are we ready to face what's been hidden for so long? Or will we become the next chapter in a story that has yet to be fully written? The answers may already be unfolding before our eyes, but are we prepared to face them?